Arsenal ace most likely to seal a January exit. 24-year-old could push for the move. Arsenal defender Jakub Kiwior has been linked with a move away from the club in recent months. The 24-year-old central defender has fallen down the pecking order at the North London club and he needs to leave in search of regular playing time. Clubs in Italy are keen on securing his services and they are monitoring his situation. They could be keen to provide him with an exit route in January, and the player is most likely to see an exit in the coming weeks. According to Football Insider, Kivior is likely to push for a move away from Arsenal when the transfer window reopens. The Gunners were hoping to sell him permanently, but they are aware of the fact that it would be difficult to find a permanent destination for the defender. They are now prepared to send him out on loan with the option to buy. It remains to be seen where he ends up. The 24-year-old has shown his quality in Italy before, and he could prove to be a useful acquisition for most clubs. He needs to play regularly at this stage of his career, and sitting on the bench at Arsenal is unlikely to benefit him. It will be interesting to see if he can find a club willing to provide him with regular team action. It's clear that he does not have a future at Arsenal and he needs to leave the club permanently in the near future. The defender will be hoping to sort out his long term future and focus on his football now. However, he needs to regain his form and confidence. A loan spell would be ideal for him right now. If he manages to impress during his loan spell, he should be able to secure a permanent move away from the North London club in the summer. Arsenal and Newcastle United have been scouting €35 million transfer target for months. Arsenal and Newcastle United are among the clubs that have been scouting and monitoring Ajax midfielder Kenneth Taylor since the start of the season. Sources close to the situation have informed CaughtOffside that the 22-year-old has been attracting plenty of interest with his strong performances this term, with Arsenal, Newcastle, Aston Villa and Napoli keeping tabs on his development. Ajax are not keen on letting Taylor go, but CaughtOffside understands that a fee of around €35 million could be enough to persuade them to sell the Netherlands international. Taylor certainly looks like he could be ready to make the step up to playing for a bigger club, and Arsenal could be an ideal destination for him as the Gunners look in need of more bodies in the middle of the park. Arsenal have also notably been linked with Real Sociedad midfielder Martin Zubimendi in a report from The Independent, but there could perhaps be a case for Taylor as an alternative. For one thing, Taylor is younger than Zubimendi, so would be a more long-term option, while at €35 million, he might also prove the cheaper option. Of course, Arsenal shouldn't be afraid to spend big money on proven players, but it could make sense that Taylor ends up being seen as the smarter long-term investment. Newcastle could be one to watch in this saga as well, however, and it would surely be a good idea for the Magpies to plan for the future in midfield, as there is surely no guarantee they will be able to hold on to a star name like Bruno Guimaraes. Newcastle also looks a tempting project that should be able to lure in top talents like Taylor, and that's certainly also the case for this ever-improving Aston Villa side under Unai Emery. Arsenal and Liverpool eye £85 million release clause in 16-goal Premier League star's contract. Arsenal and Liverpool are believed to be considering a move for West Ham star Mohamed Kudus as the 24-year-old seeks a move away from the London stadium. The winger has been with the Hammers since last summer, having joined the Premier League outfit as part of a £38 million deal with Ajax. This was seen as a big cup for the Irons, given the Ghana international's performances in the Champions League prior to his move to England, and it's being reported that the player wants to play in that competition once again. According to the Daily Mail's Sami Mukbel, Kudus is now fully open to leaving West Ham in the near future, particularly for a side that can offer Champions League football. Arsenal and Liverpool both have a concrete interest in the 24-year-old and have an eye on the £85 million release clause in Hammer's talent's current contract. Saudi Arabian teams are also keeping tabs on his situation in London. The London outfit are believed to want this fee match to part ways with the Ghanaian as they have full control of the situation, seeing as his deal does not expire until 2028. The report also states that it's not certain if Kudus will depart the London Stadium next summer, but his ambition is to return to the Champions League as soon as possible. Liverpool's interest in Kudus is likely connected to the uncertain future of Mohamed Salah at the Merseyside club, as the Egyptian is out of contract at Anfield at the end of the season. The 32-year-old is not believed to be close to signing a new deal at present, but it's something the Reds are working on. Kudus can play on both wings as well as in the 10 position, which is a useful tool for Arne Slot to have in his locker. Arsenal provide Liverpool with tough competition, and if both clubs are willing to pay for his release clause, the 24-year-old's future will be in his own hands. £55 million winger would prefer to join Arsenal over Manchester United as it stands. Manchester United and Arsenal have been two of the big spenders in recent years, and they could now be going head to head for the signature of a former Man City ace. The Red Devils are set for a new era under Ruben Amorim, while Arsenal continue to build and progress under Mikel Arteta. Speaking in his latest column for CaughtOffside, German journalist Christian Falk spoke on the future of Sané and suggested that, as it stands, the winger would prefer a move to Arsenal. He said, previously, there had yet to be any offers from interesting clubs for Leroy Sané, but now we have Arsenal and Mikel Arteta. London, of course, is a great city. It's always been a point for Sané and his family that they weren't 100% settled and comfortable in Manchester. Arsenal could then be an option for Sané as they are playing Champions League football and likely to continue doing so next season. Newcastle, who have also been linked, aren't in Europe's top flight and look likely to next year. While Leroy Sané would improve the squads of both United and Arsenal, you do have to ask questions over if he'd get into the Arsenal 11. Sané has had a fine career, and in terms of wingers who can offer a threat, he is right up there with his pace and ability to run in behind. However, Arsenal have that in Gabi, and with Bukayo Saka on the other side, Sané might struggle to get into the team. A move to United too would very much depend on Amorim's vision, so while Sané might prefer the Arsenal move, it's very much going to come down to who actually wants to sign him as well. Arsenal target will be allowed to leave for £67 million next summer. Arsenal have been in the market for a new striker for a long time now. The Gunners have long needed a new number 9 and they have looked into signing a number of different players. Arsenal have been linked with Alexander Isak recently, while Arsenal tried to sign Benjamin Sesko in the summer. The Gunners have scouted Victor Gyökeres recently, and speaking on the Transfers podcast, Sergio has shared an update on the Swedish striker's future. According to Sergio, Gyökeres has a gentleman's agreement to leave Sporting for £67 million next summer, but he may not be so open for a return to England. Sergio shared what he knows about Gyökeres and the agreement around his future. This comes after Arsenal were linked with a move for Gyökeres, he said. But from what I know, Gyökeres is not very keen on taking that club, Manchester United, because he has all the top clubs in Europe are watching him. So I think Gyökeres would be happier overall in a different place. I'm not sure if Arsenal. I think it probably would be a bit strange after spending so many years in England, after playing in 3 different British clubs, Brighton, Swansea and Coventry. That would be strange if English clubs, the richest English clubs, would come now to sign Gyökeres when he is 27. He will be 27 in the summer for €100 million or something close to that. From what I know, there is a gentleman's agreement between Spartan and the player to release him for around €80 million, 70 to €80 million, but that would be strange. How the English clubs would sign a player like that, and he was available for €24 million a year ago. They didn't do it. Gyökeres will be on the market next summer, and there are a number of teams in the running to sign the striker. Gyökeres is one of the most in-demand players in Europe right now, and it will be interesting to see where he ends up next year. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.